Okay. Well, this will be good. More ammo, I'm sure. Yep. Okay. So, next up is going to be... Oh, let's keep going. Yep. Maybe? Maybe. No. We're good to go. Oh, there we go. We're going to get a restock at least. Tremor. And are we in Tremors now? No! Arg! That TV head sounds like a Silver Age cartoon villain trying to teach people about environmentalism and exercise. What would be a villain in that case? Those are good things. Yeah.
Actually, I could see that during the age of the comics code, telling kids about the dangers of violent television. He was a normal man until he started watching TV, and now it is a part of him!
Yeah, it's funny reading up on...
I
think it's so good, yeah. But, you know, when the... this is kind of before the internet became too widespread. But in
I am not good. I am not okay.
But in the mid... I think 96 or whatever it was, when Congress, you know, in the Congress of all things, actually had actually interviewed people about Mortal Kombat and the dangers of violent video games and everything. And just reading up on just how common those, like, you know, moral panic type things were over the years. There's always something.
Yeah, I remember there was actually a wrestler by the name of Al Snow who, you know, to emphasize how crazy he was,
right,
had a mannequin head around that he just called head. So, of course, you know, being a good wrestler, he had his own product line.
Right.
And it came with a severed head. And there was a group of people who freaked out because they thought, you know, they're encouraging children to decapitate people.
Right.
and they actually removed the the head and made it just a standard styrofoam one instead because of the moral panic.
Right.
And yeah, there was a book about it for the Comics Code and all of that. Just, yeah, a lot of ridiculous stuff like that.
Right. Like, it's funny how, like, we basically would not have had an age of superheroes with them as popular as they were if it wasn't for the Comics Code basically banning all of the, you know,
all horror stuff is just
the
gone.
horror, erotic, and all those comics are common back then.
And yes, Vex, I have a jump button. It's just not working very well at the moment.
Silly Vex trying to give gameplay tips while we're talking about other things now. No, I think it's just that one time, because if you're walking through here, that drop was at an angle, it's easy to miss it. Like right there, you know, it's not immediately obvious you have to jump at that point.
And more to the point, when I had tried to hit it, it didn't register the jump. Because the controls are a little iffy in this game.
Yeah.
That was not what I did.
Still got plenty of flares, though. I'd say plenty use up about half of them. So a Silver Age origin story was just a normal guy that he came across a horrible mineral, Fortanium, a social injustice man.
See, I actually like the idea of, you know, the modern day heroine / villainess being the culture crusader.
Yeah, the only amendment I would make, Slur, is it would have to be Tumblrite instead of Fortanium.
I could see that. Let's see. Let's run to the exit. There we are. Tumblrite.
Well done. You have come far, but there's still a little further to go. You must take full control of your own mind. Reject all of the fantasies you have constructed.
Yeah, well, I think I can do that. A lot of the stuff I've seen here is personal and ugly as hell. I'll admit it hurts, but it's not fooling me. I know it's fake.
Good. You are aware. The part of you bent on self-destruction is not. But you must be careful. Just because you know the lies for what they are, that doesn't make the danger any less real.
I'll make it. I don't have any choice.
Here. I cannot come any further, but this will help you on your way.
Thanks, I guess.
Vex, you ran like a bee. Well done.
Let me tell you something, Alan. I know how your mind works. You screw up, then you start analyzing it, and before you know it, you start writing all these horror stories in your head. don't you?
Come on, I don't do that.
Yes, you do. I know how it goes. You're a complete failure. I hate you and I'll never forgive you for whatever it was that you did. Am I wrong?
Oh, man.
See? I know you. But Alan, it's all in your head. It is. I love you, and I'm not going anywhere.
All right. That's pretty cute.
They kept
Get more...
coming. There were too many of them. Hordes and hordes of them, swarming over the landscape, eager to kill. They were coming awake, and this time they were dead with
This time. Nice.
This is what we're here to see.
Right. Oh, great. It's like that, the sweeping lasers in Resident Evil 5.
Only there's no chance of me accidentally killing them.
Right.
I mean...
Never forgive, never forget. Hey, Bangarama.
Hey.
Yeah, that is Alan's wife, actually. Yep, she was... they are separated currently because she is alive and he is trapped inside the dark presence void thingy.
The dark place.
The dark place. An unhappy place. Yeah, the big crux of the main game was to rescue her from the dark presence. And now we've done that, Alan is trapped there instead, so now he's trying to get out.
And since I'm the one trying to get him out,
mileage may vary. Man, Evil Wake didn't think this through too well. You know, the giant floodlight coming over here. So that's the lighthouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Keen.
Hey, Keen. Criminy, that's a lot of them.
That's a lot of them, yeah. You could back up maybe and...
I'm trying.
Yeah.
In case you have forgotten, the controls here are a little iffy.
Right.
And in that case, they actually appeared in such a way that when I tried to dodge away, it didn't let me. It's like... yeah, basically the fact that they can just appear right next to me means that most of the tools I have in my box to get rid of them or to avoid damage don't actually work.
Right. This is one of those weird segments in games where they figure this is basically a cakewalk. You're completely fine. You have this.
Yeah,
this
like
thing.
that person appeared right next to me,
and they didn't account for the fact that you can still be in danger while you're waiting for the thing to kick in.
Right. And again, if the thing. If these people appear from a blind angle that I can't do anything about,
right?
And if they can just tack on the damage, then yes, it is entirely possible that I will end up dying,
right?
Before the next sweep clears it.
Mm. Yeah, Sauron's Eye is helping us. Yeah, if Sauron's Eye could actually, obliterate the armies approaching Mount Doom, they would have been pretty screwed.
There we go. Oh, that didn't actually kill all of them. Great.
Our experience is a metaphor for the DMV. No, the dark presence it can't be that evil.
Hey, now I interact with the DMV. That is part of my job description. I will say we are no more than as evil as Mordor.
Yeah, we have Ben works for the Missouri Department of Revenue, so we have some fun with the dark land of Mordor.
Yeah, I just...
Maybe you just wait for a second for your health to refill.
It doesn't really, not like that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, littles. I got to jump over that and get something back there.
I doubt there's...
No. Okay.
That's probably just where people come in from.
Ah, that makes sense. I was thinking, it's like, it seems like you're getting close to being done, and you have like only about half the collectibles. So yeah, I wasn't sure. There we go. Watching that at close range is just a really cool, really cool moment.
Yep.
Dark Land of Mordor, right?
Okay, finally a safe place.
You had a checkpoint back there too, so
Right there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Even if you had died, it wouldn't have been too big of a deal. All right. Gotta say, one of the things I really like about the DLC, for as trippy as it is you're getting different environments to play in. Even though you're back outside in a forest at night, they've changed it around a bit by having lots of the kind of like in a craggy wilderness kind of thing, instead of just forest. Beautiful. Very cool. But yeah, I can't help thinking there's a lot of stuff that's
very obviously.
Yeah, I think with how much area there is, you probably just need a walkthrough to find out where stuff is.
That's the thing. I probably could find everything if I just went completely full search mode.
Right.
But even then, I'm not sure because a lot of this stuff is just it's really not that important.
And it's sort of saying the more that he sees the game, it's a metaphor for other things. Yeah, especially in the DLC where it's just or it's definitely abstract and surreal to begin with.
Right.
So it's you let your mind wander and you can kind of plug in other things. Pretty good dodge.
Okay, that should do it. Criminy. Nope.
Nice try, guys.
Nope. I'm at home base. Can't hurt me.
To have made it, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen now.
Yeah, if you remember his nightmare at the very start, the lighthouse was the last place that had survived. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah, you kind of makes you wonder if they were intending something like that all along.
We shall see.
Zane had left
Kojima's
me.
new game.
I wasn't sure what the dark presence had done to him if he couldn't follow. But from now on, I was on my own. Still, he had gotten me this far. I would never have made it by myself. This thing was going to end. It wouldn't be long now.
Something kind of fun to have when you have one of the auteur style designers like David Cage or Kojima or something. Just kind of think of what would X popular game be like if Y auteur had developed it.
That's the unwritten tale that Chaucer never got to write. So,
Huh. Too close to the letter, I guess.
maybe. Let's see.
Would be a good view if it wasn't for all that fog.
You can still see something way off in the distance.
Yeah.
But there's nothing actually in there, so okay.
Huh. Oh, right.
You would have expected there to be a collectible, but this thing is like, of all the places there should be one, there isn't.
I was surprised by the change of scenery, but not much. I was starting to understand the symbolism, the way the dark place flowed.
Well, it's only now starting to understand symbolism. That kind of explains his problems as a writer.
It's something, all right.
Deeper down the rabbit hole, yep. I guess it'd be like we're kind of climbing up the rabbit hole now to get out.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Al. Feeling kind of depressed here. So Zane's your new buddy now. I feel abandoned.
This is ridiculous. You're not even real.
That doesn't mean I don't have any feelings.
Or does it?
It hasn't been nearly enough Barry in the second episode. So gonna make up for that now.
Probably.
You need to get all rational here. Abandon your fantasies, right? Well, I kind of hate to say this, pal, but I'm one.
Fine, you're abandoned. Bye.
Stone cold.
Ouch.
Ooh, and now it's the grief of Michel Ancel as it doesn't get to develop Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah, the games that really kind of clamor for sequels don't get them. They still have like
What I'm saying
10 Call of
is
Duties.
the only way you're getting in that cabin is through me. It's one of those kill your darlings things. But hell, you're used to that, big shot writer. Am I right?
It was in everything. It was even taking the people Wake knew, turning his friends against him. They were all against him.
Yeah. Save the cat, kill the berry.
Yep, kill your darlings is actually a mantra that a lot of writers use.
What does it say about you when you're this desperate to keep yourself from getting better? Here we go! I'm earning the 15% commission.
That was really cool. Kind of like started getting the Taken voice at the end there.
It's great
Shame
that
that
you
it-
first make yourself an imaginary friend, and then you can't even get along with that guy. People skills, Al! You're a master!
That's pretty neat.
I agree with you. It's really neat that he's starting to get the Taken voice.
Let's crack that writer's block of yours, Alice!
This is amazing.
An expert on
Oh, but now we have random birds too.
Lay. Best part is these probably aren't things that the people would actually say, so it's like Alan imagining the evil versions of themselves, I'm thinking.
Right.
I think this also confirms that Alan is himself a video gamer. Because who else would have thought of, you know what, I bet there's going to be a boss fight about this point. I think it was Lorax made the connection earlier about a guy in a raincoat or a red coat with the axe. And if Deadly Premonition did come out before Alan Wake, I don't remember. I mean, Alan Wake was originally 2010. I could definitely see Barry being a reference to that. No, not the old gods.
just because I never know. And you're not a gangster. Because they make money all the time. You threw a hissy fit. Your ego couldn't take it. And because of that, you almost got me killed a dozen times over. BFF, Al! BFF!
It is pretty awesome.
There he is.
And
Tough old guy.
R.I.P. Guardians of Metal.
It's totally not. You would have to literally pay the first drug to hang out with you because.
Yeah.
Surly ass.
Kessler made a comment about how Barry really feels like an Adam Sandler character. He's got the voice and the little Gottfried at the end. Yeah, he's definitely meant to be your comic relief character.
Really running low on patience here.
It makes it pretty effective for a boss fight. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna miss out another player, and
I know what I'm doing.
yep. Just had a couple left, and I have a feeling there's not too much game left. So, jeez. Oh,
Oh,
Ouch.
there's that thing on the ground.
yeah. Well, what was that?
A black patch on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, it's great. It's just making sure you don't.
You have all
Impulse control. I'm a
We've heard this before.
I have
Oh, there they are. Yeah, I didn't see the dark puddles last time.
You know what kind of people leave that?
I'm really disappointed they don't have the old god say anything during this part.
Right. This would be a good time for it.
Yeah. And again, I guess this is all in Alan's head. He didn't know them very well, so. Pretty durable, though.
Yep, that's what I was saying. Okay, let's try to get rid of this stuff.
Well, actually, dying is fine. It means we got more time with Barry.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you knew for this stream, sometimes the game will have these they'll have like bigger, tougher Taken, and they'll have these fast ones, and those are both kind of the elite Mook type enemies. And yeah, you have to take out the Dark Aura, and then they become normal enemies. They're still tougher than usual, though.
Right.
It's totally not.
Your best friend
To hang out with you because
everybody else surly ass.
I hadn't caught the first part of that line before. It's pretty great. So who does it say more about if Barry would only hang out with him if he gets the money?
Alan, I'm really running low on patience here.
See, obviously, neither one of us is in the position where we need to hang out with lawyers and agents and stuff like that. But always just kind of it always struck me as one of the weird things about the intersection of professionalism and friendship when you have people like that it's like you know them well, you're very personal, you spend a lot of time together, but it's also a job. You're paying them to do it, so it's. I guess it is that don't mix business and pleasure stuff.
Actually, it's a sort of, generally it's actually the opposite that you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea is that if you, of course, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But the idea is that your lawyer, your accountant, and people like that, they're the people who know you best.
Right.
And they're the people that you can never lie to.
Mm.
Because if you do, bad things happen.
Right.
So it actually makes a lot of sense to, become close friends with them.
Mm.
And especially if you're talking about an agent, I mean, basically, there he goes.
Fast like Sonic.
But basically, your agent's job is to make the writer look good and to understand the writer completely.
Mm.
So if they aren't actually friends, the agent can't actually do their job.
Okay, that's a good point. There you go.
Now that said, there are some agents and writer combinations that are actually just strictly business, and that's fine.
Mm.
But the other option works just as well.
Right.
To put it another way, if you can't be friends with somebody, chances are good your business relationship is not going to be that great.
Yeah, I can understand that.
What's this happening to me? It's too dark. Where am I? I can't find my way. Why is this happening to me? I can't find my way. It's too dark. Why is this happening to me?
Just like that, my mind was clear. Zane had been right. I could think clearly again. But I couldn't survive in this place the way he had, and I might not make it back a second time. Leaving this place would be hard. Maybe impossible. It wouldn't take much for my
This calls
thoughts to
for a
stray
writer.
again. It was too easy to get lost in the dark place. Before, I was ready to curl up and die. Let myself slip away. But here I was. The yet unwritten future waiting to unfold before me. A sequel to Departure. My name is Alan Wake, and I'm a writer.
So yeah, they set it up for obvious sequel bait, and then it didn't get one.
Unfortunate how that sometimes plays out. Yep, and that's that.
That was that. So, was an interesting game.
I will say that it took a great deal of effort for me not to answer his "I'm Alan Wake and I'm a writer." Hi, Alan.
We saw the credits last time.
Right.
We can go ahead and let that play again, I guess, if you want to.
Yep.
Or
Well, we talk a little bit
sure, yeah,
because that was a trip.
yeah. See, the whole thing with the concept of the main game being this. Yeah, exactly, Megaram. Is that really the ending? That's really the ending. That is the end of Alan Wake. There was kind of a spin-off.
Don't think of it as the ending. Think of it as the end of the beginning. No, it is actually the ending. That is it.
A Ghost Dad. Writers Anonymous. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I hope you didn't make it here just in time to watch the last couple of minutes, Ghost Dad. But we have started putting up on YouTube, though, if you want to see it and you've missed the streams.
Indeed. And of course, you can always find it as video on demand. Ooh.
Well, some of them have scrolled off by now, I think.
Well, this one will not.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
At least we got some David Bowie. This is true. Yeah, it's the sort of thing where, thinking about it, it's an interesting game and it's an interesting concept.
Right.
But ironically, they ran into a problem where in the first game, like the actual main game, they did put a face on the Dark Presence.
Right.
They had, obviously had possessed somebody else, but you at least had an idea for what it wanted.
Right.
In this one, it felt like nothing. Mm-hmm. Like it was just blindly reacting to whatever Alan wanted, which would be fine if it was just a blank thing, like if it was just, endless potentiality.
Right.
But it has also been established that they are actually things. They are alien beings. Right. Which means they should have a desire of their own. And yet it seems like that is not the case.
Right.
So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I can see why it didn't really get, why it didn't get greenlit, why it didn't get a sequel, because that, especially that ending, it's just profoundly unsatisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. You go through this. I'd say probably from chapter 1 through chapter 4, I really liked it, and I was impressed with the game. It's like, why did it get the kind of cool, like lukewarm reception that it did? Mm-hmm. And I can see why, because they completely fumbled the ending. Right. Yeah, Ghost Dad is saying trying to make an action game, but the idea didn't work. Yeah,
it definitely did not.
The action is being really repetitive. There's only a handful of different types of enemies, right. Very limited types of areas,
and very limited things that Alan can do.
Right? So. Yeah. There's a lot of things they could have done with it, but they just In the end, it's kind of unsatisfying as a story of a writer because of all the shortcuts they took and of all the outs like Dream World and surrealism and stuff like that, and the shortcuts they took on the action part too. It just doesn't add up together.
Right. Like I would have found it kind of interesting if they had gone full bore with what they were hinting at the end of the primary game, and basically had the situation where, hey, he started writing a horror story. That's the way it ends, which means things can't end perfectly.
Right.
Whereas as it is, it seems like it does. So, a sequel they did not Alan make.
Nice.
Oh dear. It's sad because now I'm trying to think of other puns that I can make, but I think we kind of went through most of them the past couple of streams. Regardless, that is the end of Alan Wake.
Yes.
I am not going to be going through hard mode. I am not going to be getting all of the manuscript pages because that's just silly.
We're not gonna have a bonus stream where you like toil endlessly for the chat's amusement.
Absolutely not. And yeah, I'm not going to be scrounging for all of the Night Springs games. I'm not going to be looking for the cardboard cutouts. I mean, other people do this. That's fine.